And they would come home for Christmas and they'd have these presents already wrapped up. And Mama would have to lock these presents up upstairs in an attic room, put a lock on to keep us out of them. But we would usually turn the lock off and get in anyway. But thank you, Carolyn, for hosting this year. Everything was delicious and very, very nice. Thank you.
15. And as Glenn talked about, whenever Carolyn and I left home and went to Louisville, I used to catch the Greyhound bus and come home for Christmas. And as they said, we used to buy them trucks that would be this long, all kind of toys. We went overboard. And people would have to help us get on the bus with all the packages that we had. So needless to say, the boys thought a lot of their older sisters at that time. But there was times when they didn't, when Mother would go to town on Saturday and left us in charge of keeping the house clean and getting everything finished. And the boys didn't like that at all. They tried to aggravate us all the time. And I remember one time Benny had it in for me because he knew I hated snakes. So I came out the back door and he threw this big, long snake at me. And of course they loved that because it scared me to death. But we did have a lot of good times growing up. We could probably sit and write a book if we would just do that.
I enjoyed the meal very much. It was a very, very good meal and everything. And I wish everybody Merry Christmas. Okay. I'm lucky to be here. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but I'm really lucky to be here. And I'll tell you why. Because when I started dating Willene, I drove down on the farm to pick her up, and all these little boys were hiding up on the top of their dairy barn where I couldn't see them. And when I got out of the car, they started throwing rocks and walnuts and bricks and everything at me. And really, I'm lucky to be here because they could have just killed me. And how many remembers Morris? How many remembers Benny? Okay. When I used to go down to their house, I was always invited at Christmas dinner, Easter dinner, main holiday dinners, and I always got to eat at the first table with the you know, the adults and all them. And I would sit down at the table and take the ham or whatever it was, put it on my plate, and the good food and everything. And I'd be sitting there eating, and all at once, it would be Morris coming on this side of me, and Benny would come in on this side. I mean, they'd act like they was talking to me. And all the while they was reaching in on my plate and taking my ham off, taking this off, and taking that off, and running into the other room and eating it up. And as soon as they got through, they'd come back, and if I had anything else on her, they were taking it off and taking it to the back room. And then when the dessert came out, of course, they always had some good cake or pie or something like that. There they were slipping in there and getting that steak off, and they'd get a piece of the cake off, take off, run in the other room and eat it. And I'd have to get another piece. Well, by the time I got another piece there, they were back getting it. But anyway, it's been a lot of good memories for being in this family, and I appreciate everybody's here. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas.
Introduce myself. I'm Glenn's little sister, baby sister, excuse me, better known as Judy, okay? I really can't say that I have a favorite memory. They've all been great. They've all been really, really good. And Willene, Carolyn, Larry, the older siblings, I really appreciated being a younger sibling and Christmas coming and y'all bringing all those presents in. That was just awesome. Yeah, I still have pictures of that, Willene, where that Christmas that I think it was a bride doll you brought. And you had all these clothes, and they're all laid out. So one day we were having a family memory at work, and so I took this picture, and they're like, "You really had Christmases like that when there were 15 of you?" And I'm like, yeah, we did. We had good Christmases because you know what? It wasn't about the material stuff. It was about the family, right? Everybody would agree with that, I hope. Yeah, it's really about family. It's about our family. It's about the Wilson family. Sorry, Gail. You know, I just have to think that Mom and Dad would be looking down on this celebration tonight in heaven, and they would just be so overjoyed to see us still getting together. I hope this goes on way past my time. You know, I'm one of the younger ones, so maybe I can keep it going. You know, and like somebody said, who knows? We're really not guaranteed today, none of us. Age doesn't matter. I mean, I think we found that out along the way. And so I'm just excited to be here, as you can tell. I'm excited for this family. I'm excited for this gathering. I'm excited for Christmas. I'm excited that we as a family can still worship together, gather together, and have a great time. That's what it's all about.
He was back there telling us a story a while ago. I said, "Well, Terry, you need to tell this story to everybody." And she said, No. I said, "Come on, I'll go up there with you so you can tell your story."
Yeah, Kinsey didn't want to come up here with me, so. Probably one of my most favorite Christmases was when we were all probably still in high school, but Grandma and Papa had made out like a riddle, and it involved all of our Christmas presents, so we had to figure this riddle out. And Justin figured it out first, and Papa had taken $100 bills and stuffed them in Christmas ornaments and put them up on the tree. And on each ornament was our initials, and we were just so excited because Papa actually gave away free money. So that never, if you knew him, that never happened.
This is a favorite Christmas. I can't remember having a better Christmas. But some of the better times in my life was when I got older. I never was around my older sisters a whole lot. And so we started planning vacations during our vacations. We went out west, and we done a California tour with Larry and Loris, and Napa Valley, and Willie and Leo. This was after Les died. We decided we'd get Carolyn away for a couple of weeks. And so we just got in the car and we just took off. We didn't have no destination to be nowhere. We just drove till we seen something we wanted to stop and look at, and we spend the night. We didn't have no hotel reservation. But anyway, we had some really, really great times with my older sisters. And there were several pranks played along the way. We was leaving, well, first of all, we was going up through the mountains, and Leo got all stopped up. He was a snorting and a blowing. I never heard a buck deer snort any worse than Leo Thomas was snoring. And we wound up in Las Vegas, spent the weekend there, couldn't get a room, but we said, well, we'll go eat supper, something might open up, and somehow something opened up. Leo, the Grateful Dead was in concert in Las Vegas that weekend. Y'all all know Grateful Dead, but we wound up getting a room. I think Leo might have tipped somebody because he come back and said, we got a room. And so we was leaving Las Vegas, and I was going up along Lake Mead. It's this long hill up through there. I seen this driveway off to the left. I run about 70 miles an hour. And I just hit that gravel driveway, and Willeen and Karen like to go in the back seat out of that Lincoln. And then we got over in Arizona, and we stopped at a service station to get gas. And the women, they had to go use the bathroom. But Jim was in the bathroom, and Carolyn found this rattlesnake can. It said rattlesnake meat. You pick it up, it will start rattling. Well, Will Lee picked it up first and threw it across the store. And June got down to the bathroom, and Carolyn called her over there, and June, you know how gullible she is. She had picked the can up, and then went to shaking, and she like to pass out. She ran out of the store and sat out there on the island around the gas pump. Somebody wanted to know, walked up there and said, "You all right?" But that was a great vacation. We went out west with Larry Loris. Went out to California, Napa Valley, flew into Reno, had a great time out there. And then we done Nolan and come down, went up to Canada and come down to New England States, across New York. That was right after 9/11. We didn't know if we'd get through New York or not, but we got through. But, you know, anytime you can spend time with family, take that time. Because you don't know how much time you got. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
So the Wilson family gatherings involve, I mean, this is going way back to the old home place. And probably most of the grandkids here are not even old enough that you ever celebrated a Christmas at the home place. But one year, I remember when Uncle Morris was here, and for all of those of you who had the privilege of knowing Uncle Morris, you know that he was just full of surprises and a laugh a minute. But one year he brought fireworks in, and we shot fireworks on Christmas Eve night down at Grandma and Grandpa's, the home farm place. And I can't think of those nights, those Christmas Eve night parties down at Grandma and Grandpa's without thinking of Randy and Keith and Tommy and Timmy. And I mean, you know, every year at Christmas, I think about those guys. And, you know, I think Anne Marie was probably the only girl. Was you there too, Pat? Okay. Hey. Okay. Yeah. But, well, us guys, Luke was old enough to sneak out behind the garage and smoke a cigarette or something when we wasn't supposed to or something like that. But every Christmas I think about those guys, and for my first cousins that didn't know Tommy and Timmy, I sure wish that you would have had that privilege. There's just a special bond there that I won't ever forget. Merry Christmas, everybody.